He started his professional career as a songwriter when he was only 17 years old. In 1962, he wrote for the Fleetwoods, Gene Pitney, Pat Boone, Petula Clark, and Jackie DeShannon. He even wrote a jingle for Dr. Pepper. But nowadays, everybody kind of thinks of him when you think of Disney Pixar. But there's a whole lot more than Disney Pixar to this artist. Let's find out. Let's drop the needle. After writing music for a number of other artists, in 1968, Randy Newman decides to record his first solo album. It's called Randy Newman. It was a critical success, but it didn't really sell. However, a number of artists started to cover his songs, and they include Barbra Streisand, Bette Midler, Judy Collins, Cass Elliot, Neil Diamond, and even Peggy Lee. On the album, check out Living Without You, So Long Dad, and I Think It's Going to Rain Today. In 1969, he recorded Gone Dead Train for the Mick Jagger movie and soundtrack for performance. In 1970, Harry Nilsson records his fourth album, and it's called Nilsson Sings Newman. And he and Randy are the only two musicians on the album. Again, it's a critical success, but doesn't really sell. But it does pave the way for Randy's second album, 12 Songs. Check out Have You Seen My Baby, Let's Burn Down the Cornfield, Yellow Man, Old Kentucky Home, and Mama Told Me Not to Come, which was a big hit for Three Dog Night. Also in 1970, Randy records Randy Newman live. Now, it was recorded in New York, but I always thought that it was recorded at the Troubadour in LA, where I saw him, because it's the same set list. And I remember sitting there when he came out to play, mesmerized that this kind of nerdy-looking little guy behind the piano could hold the audience so spellbound with his wry humor, great lyrics, great melodies, and great songs. He wasn't your typical rock star, that's for sure, but there was no question I was in the presence of a great artist. On the album, check out Mama Told Me Not to Come, Livin' Without You, Davy the Fat Boy, Lonely at the Top, and I Think It's Going to Rain Today. In 1972, he releases Sail Away, another great album. It contains songs like Political Science, and everybody's favorite song, You Can Leave Your Hat On, which was another big hit for Three Dog Night. But here it's Randy being raunchy. In 1974, he releases Good Old Boys, and the lead-off song is called Rednecks. Other greats are Mr. President, Have Pity on the Working Man, Every Man a King, and Kingfish. This album is his first real commercial success, peaking at number 36 and staying on the charts for 21 weeks. His next album, Little Criminals, shot up to number 9 on the charts. This was fueled by the rather controversial hit, Short People. Randy's dry humor is on full display in this album, with songs like Texas Girl at the Funeral of Her Father, Jolly Coppers on Parade, Baltimore, and one of my favorite songs, Riders in the Rain. His backup band for the album includes members of the Eagles. In 1983, he releases Trouble in Paradise with the now classic I Love L.A. Also check out My Life is Good, Christmas in Cape Town, Miami, There's a Party at My House, and I'm Different. Since 1980, he's mostly been a composer for Disney Pixar. He wrote the music for all of the Toy Story films. Without Randy Newman, none of us would be singing You've Got a Friend in Me. He wrote for Bug's Life, both Monsters, Inc. films, and the first and the third Cars film. He also wrote the music for The Princess and the Frog. But before Disney, he wrote the musical score for Ragtime and The Natural. And while he was working on Disney scores, he also wrote the scores for Seabiscuit and Pleasantville. Randy Newman has been nominated for 22 Academy Awards, and he's won twice. An Inacast? Sure. A dry wit? Definitely. A great artist? Naturally. Someone whose music has enriched our lives? Of course. Although it's a stretch to call Randy Newman a rocker, I certainly have enjoyed having his music in my collection. So as we all get ready to go to infinity and beyond, let's keep a rockin'. If you liked this episode, hit the like button, and you can also leave me a comment down below, and I'll respond to you. If you subscribe, we'll let you know when future episodes come out.